Wow, it's a lot of wire.
Luckily, you're a lot of man.
Barely. Hey, so how are you doing?
We're gonna make the final cuts here. We can't go back.
Where you about to cut?
An interior harness that isn't needed, you think?
Are you sure?
Yeah.
How sure are you?
95%. I'll never.
You don't need these?
Sure. Those are all airbag, and this was labeled as not needed, so that is correct.
And that was already chopped when we bought it.
Yep. So it doesn't really matter. Kyle, I don't want to chop it here because we could use the extra wire.
Yeah, I know. That's why you don't chop it. Just have a bunch of wire in it. It's nice long.
Okay, fine. Never mind. I'm gonna chop it just so that I save the wire.
Any colors? You got 4 left?
3.
Oh.
That doesn't mean it's all. Yeah.
Oh no! Give me the 3 you got.
Yep. It's
Yep.
like solid gray.
Yep.
White and gray or something.
White and green?
Then black. Yeah, white and green and white, black and gray.
Yep.
Cool.
That is the upper active grill shutter actuator.
Do we not want to control the grill actuator?
So we're using the. Okay, well here, hold that. Does this look familiar, Joe?
Yeah. Sure does.
I get a 2-pin.
Is that the grill for the
Bronco. Where's the motor?
Behind you.
Sorry. Ah, it's the connector that goes into the motor actuator here.
We just want it open always.
I mean, there's technically nothing wrong with that. They do it primarily for fuel economy,
Okay.
but they also use it, I think, at times to vary appropriate temperature for the engine. But again, that doesn't match.
shut it and it's cold?
So yeah, so I mean, the radiator in this case is cooling everything. It's cooling the transmission, it's cooling the motor, it's cooling the oil, so the motor and the oil. So this is a 2-pin that we have to translate from a 3-pin. What were your?
It was 3-pin.
Well, what were the controls? And he could reference on the Bronco book what this one is controlling, because the motor is likely very similar. In which case, we'll just label where it is on the loom there and say that those lines need to be thought about, those 3 colors at least.
We had the solid gray, right?
Yeah.
So we have a ground, headlamp panel. It's weird. Control module, powertrain control module.
The ground,
So
the
PCM.
ground headlight panel is just showing where that ground is located later down the line.
Mhm.
And then this is the actual control module here.
So PCM and,
then
and
it's
fuse. Ground, PCM, and power. So let's actually just throw a connector on that real quick, Jarrett.
What do you need for example?
I'm gonna add a connector to there. Hey, what is up, faction? We're right now wrapping up a day this Saturday. We've spent a lot of time working on the electronics for the Bronco. Behind us here, you see we have the F-150 Coyote harness with the steering column, instrument panel, all the fuse boxes, and tons of connectors. So we've gone through all these connectors, mapped them out, tried to determine what we wouldn't need and what we would need. Besides that, we've been doing the same thing on the Bronco harness, mapping all the connectors out, and we're going piece by piece, trying to figure out exactly what we need from each from the Bronco, from the Coyote engine, and figuring out how we're going to start integrating those individual components. I'll walk you around, show you exactly what we're doing here, and we'll take a look at that. All right, so across the table, we have the F-150's Coyote harness. And, well, really it's the F-150 harness. It has everything connected to the engine as well as everything connected to the body, besides everything that's on the engine specifically. But we have gone through the entire harness. We have labeled every connector, about 95% of the connectors have been labeled. We've determined exactly what connector number per these the F-150 wiring diagram book, and we have gone through and determined exactly what we believe we need and what we do not think we need, and we have chopped off anything that we do not believe that we need to interface into the Bronco. For example, all these wires here. There are a ton of connectors from the F-150 harness, a ton of wires that we have chopped off today. So it was a busy day. We have gone through connector through connector, wire by wire, determined what we believe we do not need. There were some mishaps. We have this labeled as keep. We chopped it off, but we're pretty confident there is only a couple of connectors on here that we will need. So we have this here. We will go back through that, determine exactly where those were connected, and make sure that we have everything mapped out correctly. But we have the fuse boxes, throttle pedal. We have the instrument panel cluster, steering column, ignition switch, drive mode. We have, what else do we have here? We have our four-wheel drive mode select, whole bunch of different modules, extended power control module. This is our 4x4 module here, our PCM, and our battery hookups. That right there is the Bronco's PCM. But basically what we have gone through, like I said, figured out exactly what we think we need, what we don't need. We chopped off a lot. We had to open this, we started opening this up in order to clean it up a bit, because there were a ton of connectors on this portion of the loom here that we were confident that we didn't need. And that's the majority of that is what you see here in this box. But we'll need to go through and do the same thing for the rest of the harness to clean it up. Specifically, we'll do that over here. Everything that is power related, we'll need to clean that up, so that way whenever we get to the Bronco, we'll be able to route the power more efficiently. Now here in the Bronco engine bay, we have the Coyote sitting down. It is sitting looking pretty good. Yeah, want to say anything, Jarrett?
It's in its final resting spot. We're pretty much getting all the cables and connectors situated that we need to around it. And I think we're pretty close to being able to get the wiring harness on it finally. And then it's just a matter of getting the wiring harnesses talking to each other.
Yes, that is exactly what we've been trying to accomplish today. We have gone through, on the Coyote, we had to fix a couple connectors. Spent some time today extending this connector here for this coolant pump. That right, Jarrett? Coolant pump?
That's right, aux coolant pump.
Aux coolant pump. So we had to extend that here. Right now, it's going to route along this hose here and stay out of the way. It's looking pretty good. We are going through and determining what exactly on here, this harness here that connects to the Bronco's PCM.
The vehicle cowl harness.
Yeah, the vehicle cowl harness, and trying to determine what we're going to do next. We're going to take it piece by piece, focus on getting the engine running, get the fuel system hooked up, throttle, all that fun stuff, get that going, and we'll take it from there. All right, so that pretty much wraps up our Saturday. We've been here all day long. How many hours, Jarrett? 13 hours and counting. So it's about time to head out, but we will be back tomorrow. We will continue this, and we will keep you updated. As always, like, subscribe, hit that bell icon, stay notified, and we will see you soon. Cool glasses, buddy.
Thanks. Got them for free.
Wow, you thief. Dude, you got a hole here.